Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 24. It is now time for round 12 of our Moto3 career mode. It is time for the Austrian GP. It is the Red Bull Ring of Austria. We're starting from the back of the grid against the hardest difficulty AI in the game. Let's crack it on. So here we go then, from the back of the grid, waiting for the red lights to disappear, keeping an eye on the right hand side and left because I want to try and get a good start. So let's go and see what we can do going into turn one. We've got to be brave here and make sure we can get some positions, because I don't want to start losing positions out earlier on, so I can't catch up to the front runners. Squeezing our way through now on one of the gas boys round the outside of Scott Ogden. We're in a good spot here, might be able to get round the outside of Filippo Farioli and try to break as late as I possibly could. Massive contact into the rear of the 658 Squadra Corsa Honda. We're probably going to get a penalty for that. Hopefully just a warning, hopefully not actually a penalty, but I'm just trying to move my way through on all of these riders as quickly as possible, as now we dive into the right hand side for the Remus corner. We're through on Zuratuza, but yes, we did get given a warning for the incident with Filippo Farioli. That's fair. I was quite aggressive and quite clumsy actually breaking into 2A. As we now go onto the right hand side round the outside of the level up MTA bike. Oh my goodness, that's Holgard. Wait, no, it wasn't. It was Alonso. Was that David Alonso who's just binned it? I'm sure that was one of the CF Moto bikes. I was too busy looking at the right hand side of the screen to see who's get it through on the inside of the MTA bike. Goodness me, Holgado is all right. It was Alonso who went down, so it definitely was David Alonso who's crashed out of the Grand Prix of the Austrian GP. That is a huge blunder. Look at the gap now that we have on Alonso. 5 seconds found against our closest competition in today's video. The old goal and purpose was to beat Alonso here in the Red Bull Ring, and we've made short work of that with him crashing out into the Schlossgold corner. Made a lovely move on Tatsuki Suzuki there as well. In fact, we're already up to 5th place. We might be getting top 4 any moment now. Late on the brakes we dare into turn 1. Squeezing through on one of them. Can we squeeze through on the other? Jose Antonio away. Where's he going? Did he inadvertently? Well, I don't know why he did that, but it seemed completely unnecessary to just abuse the track limits there. Just earn himself a track limit warning for pretty much nothing. Didn't need to gain that. We didn't gain anything at all. He lost time. Very strange decision from Rueda. Now we go onto the brakes. Can we get round the outside of Holgado? We certainly can. Now this is exactly where I wanted to be by the conclusion of lap 1 or 2, and we're already up to it right now. 1.4 is the gap to Taio Forasato. Now bear in mind, in Silverstone he broke away from us and he won. He broke away from us in Kota and he won, and I'm sure he's done it many times before, either this season or the debut. We can't allow that to happen today. We really cannot. 1.3 is the gap. We need to be absolutely sending it to catch up to the young Japanese star. Now I did take a little bit of a gamble here today. I chose the soft option combination Pirelli tyres. Track limit warning there for this small mistake going into turn 7. But I did take a gamble with the soft option Pirellis. I don't know if it was a good idea, but I feel absolutely fantastic. I recorded the Silverstone race earlier on and I wasn't quite so good. I'll not spoil it for you just in case you haven't watched it yet. But I honestly felt that in the wet conditions this bike felt sluggish. And it has done ever since we've had the update. Not necessarily for the update changing things, but the update of the Moto3 career mode. Basically the summer break. We've had more additional packages given to our motorcycle, but the bike doesn't feel stronger against the likes of the Honda ahead of us. Taio Forasato has so much speed and acceleration that it's damn near impossible to beat. But you know me, I like a challenge, and that's exactly why we not only start from the back of the grid, but we play on 120% AI difficulty. No harder difficulty in the game, and that's what keeps me coming back to this challenge of the Moto3 career mode. Bear in mind, we do lead the World Championship by 50 points, so it's not necessarily a necessity to beat Forasato, but you know me, I have that competitive spirit. I want to beat Taio again. We last had a battle and a half in Sokol, and in that race, unfortunately, Taio Forasato actually crashed. Almost took me out as well, as a matter of fact, and in fact even inspired the use of the replays that I now include in my videos. I think I included them from the Alicia Spargaro Catalunya race, and then again in the Silverstone race and video I did today, the video today, I included the replay file in that as well. Basically what I mean there is you will get a secondary screen that will pop up and it'll show you the replay of the particular crash or overtake or whatever it may be that was worthy of a rewind. So, into the Rint corner and then into the right hand side for the Red Bull Mobile. That was really tight to the apex there. Are we closing in on Furusato or is he pulling away? Across the line, 41.120, 41.054, so just marginal better than Tayo Furusato. Now I just want to be clear here, I mentioned a moment ago I said the use of the word rewind. I was referring to the replay mode and just capturing footage at the end of the video. I will not be using rewind in MotoGP 24. I never have done and never will do for the sense of the career mode content. So, 4 laps in, 3 track limit warnings. That does not bode well. I don't know where this clumsiness is coming from, but just recently I've started to make a few too many mistakes in these races, and I would probably hazard a guess it's because we're starting from the back. We're making a lot of effort now to try and catch up to the riders as quickly as we possibly can, but I like doing that way because it's way more interesting and exciting for you and myself to do that rather than just lead the competition by a country mile, very much like we did in the circuit of Mugello back in the Tuscan Hills in an episode a couple of weeks ago. Now we are closing in on Tayo, not rapidly, but it's going to take a lap or two to get on par with the number 72. So we just got to keep on pushing and hopefully we can make a move on the young Japanese and take over at the front. But what I do want to know is how well will he respond? Into the right-hander, we will have great slipstream here if I angle the KTM right. Oh, it's a terrible day for the CF Motos. That's another CF Moto machine to hit the gravel. This time it's Joel Kelso, and this lap time is fantastic. A 140.3, running a bit deep there, that's going to cost me. That is going to be a track limit warning. It is. I should have dropped more time. That's 4 track limit warnings now. This is definitely not going too well. We are able to close in rapidly though on Furusato. Goodness me, we were really quick going into 2A and 2B, but the next corner here offers a great opportunity for us to just get onto the rear tyre and hopefully use the slipstream of the Honda ahead of us. Even with the slipstream though, we're still not able to get through, are we? Look at that, we're basically matching each other for speed whilst I'm sucking all the draft in. All that slipstream, all that hot air coming from the Honda ahead of us. Amazingly, still not able to get through. And of course, now we have the difficult task of fighting with... Oh, that was close! Oh, I thought I was going to hit his rear tyre. Had to tense up for a second then. Goodness me, that was scary. Worked out all right though. But I have to be really careful now. I don't want to bump him, and I don't want to abuse the limits. Oh, he's fast out that right-hander though. Great opportunity to take screenshots going into that right-hander. It's beautiful. Now again, for another right-hander. This is the Rint corner. Sizing him up for a corner. Last corner overtake perhaps. Really tight to the apex there as we get onto the power. We need that slipstream, but I couldn't quite get the angle right. I might have to send it into turn 1. Oh, I can't. Without the slipstream, I can't seem to get past. Late on the brakes with air, right leg coming out for Tayo Furusato. Actually forgot to put it back on to have the leg out in the Moto3 career mode. I usually have it on, it's just in the career mode I was, or the review I was doing, I was changing the angle just to show you guys in part of the review, and I just forgot to put it back on. I do like having the leg out, but to be honest, I've just left it as is. I don't think it doesn't make a difference to the riding or the racing. But for the Moto3 bikes, I think I like it without. I think I like just leaving it as is. Oh, we lost a bit of time there to Tayo. I tell you what, he is pushing me to the maximum. This is great. I love to be challenged and I love to be pushed to the limits, and that's exactly what we're getting here today in today's video. Nice and tight to the apex with the Schlossgold. We are quite quick here. Notice a few occasions now on these laps we've been able to close in on Tayo. Can we close in rapidly enough to get through really onto the rear tyre of the Honda? Pirelli kissing Pirelli there at that corner. Can we get it here on the left-hand side, though? Beautiful lunge through into the Worth curve, but the Worth has happened. Tayo has come back on through. Beautifully done from the young 72. Can we get through now into the Rint corner? I don't think we're going to be close enough. It is a classic overtaking manoeuvre there, same as the Red Bull Mobile corner. Might be able to get it here then. Not close enough. Turn 1 perhaps? Yes, beautiful exit, look at that. We're basically just leaning on his motorcycle now. We have the speed. Do we have the temerity to get him on the brakes? You betcha we have. Beautiful, clean overtake through on Tayo. Is he going to respond? Didn't quite get the good exit that I wanted to in the Lauda curve. Here he comes again. Oh, look at us leaning on him elbow to elbow with the Japanese star. We're through into 2B. Brilliant. To be or not to be a new leader in the Grand Prix. Beautiful. That was a really nice move there. Tayo is going to have to bounce back quickly. He will have the speed on the straight and he will have the slipstream, so I don't doubt he'll be eyeing me up going into the Schlossgold. Schlossgold is this corner here as we brake onto the near the rumble strip, just enough to slow down into turn 5. Beautiful tight apex there as well, and Furusawa's gone! Tayo's dropped it! He's binned it. Oh, Holgado's gone down as well, same corner. Oh my god, Tayo has done it again. He did it in Sokol, and he's done it again. Tayo, it's Tayo to improve, mate. You've got to stop crashing. Every single battle we've had recently with him, he bins it. It was unnecessary to bin it there as well. Such a small error. As you can see there on that replay as well, it was just too tight to the apex, just wanting too much. And oh no! I've got a long lap penalty. Well, the race was interesting, and it soon got more interesting, hasn't it? I thought it was going to be over after Furusawa crashed. I'm going to have to try and do a long lap penalty now. I have no idea how to do this one. Braking really late as I possibly can. Bit too slow there, actually. A bit sluggish. Oh, almost touched the white line. And again, I think we nailed it. I wouldn't say nail it, but wow. We lost 4 seconds in that long lap penalty. Well, I guess it was only fitting. I did touch the apex 5 times. Oh, David Munoz, teammate of mine. Big exclamation marks come up for him as well. That's also a long lap penalty for a BOE Motorsports KTM. It's really unravelling here, isn't it? Heck to a handbasket for Tayo as he binned it into the Schlossgold, and then we made a mistake into the Red Bull Mobile corner. That's actually given Tatsuki Suzuki now a chance to fight for the win, possibly? 1.5 is the gap. I don't think anyone can catch us when we're doing 1 minute 40 lap times. When we drop into the 147s, I think that's where the AI might have a chance. Well, I must confess, I did not expect this from this Grand Prix here today. Did not expect it at all. Ooh, that's really tight to the apex there. Oh my god, that was so tight I thought I was going to drop the front. That was tremendously tight to the apex. Can you imagine after all of that? Great battle with Tayo. They didn't last as many laps as I thought it would. Then a long lap penalty, and then a crash. And that would have been just dreadful. I'm so glad that didn't happen. I'm so glad we're still able to stay ahead of the pack. But what I need to know now is what lap times do I need to do to ensure victory here in Austria. Usually when the Austrian GP comes up, regardless of game, we win. I think the only time I didn't was probably in Moto 2 in one of the previous MotoGP games, or maybe Moto 3, I don't really remember, but usually the Red Bull Ring of Austria offers a very easy challenge, especially in the last year's game, so I'm pleased to see that we are getting pushed here today. We are getting challenged in the career mode, and that's all I really want. That's all I really ask for as well. I like this challenge. Of course, the adaptive AI was very helpful when I was getting used to the game, but now I think I've not mastered, I don't ever want to use that word, but I certainly feel confident and strong enough to fight with the best of them in the Moto 3 class. Gap has come down to 0.8 of a second here. 7/10 of a second. Let's see what it will go up to as we complete Sector 3. I do feel that's our strongest sector. Maybe Sector 1 and Sector 3 are our strongest sectors within Austria. Yeah, we are pulling back all that time again. We certainly lose all that time on the straights, it seems. And of course, coming in from the Reimers corner all the way to the Schlossgold, that is a long straight. And that is a big opportunity for the AI to catch us. Losing a second on this lap time. Didn't really feel like I'm struggling now, but it just seems that we're don't quite have that reference to follow Tayo anymore, so it's a little bit different compared to what we were doing earlier. So I think we might have to sort of gauge ourselves around a 141. Cross the line to 141.4. Gap is now 0.8 of a second. Got to get this absolutely perfect. I do not fancy Tatsuki-san joining the party, spoiling the fun. I don't want him to be the buzzkill. We're doing alright as we are. We're alright as 0.8 of a second lead. And Helper Keras has been given a track limit warning. In fact, everyone from 4th place downwards has all been given track limits. I do wonder if Daniel Holgado crashed the same spot as Furusato did, or if did Tayo come back onto the track and then mess up Holgado. I know the AI is not quite intelligent for that. Of course, I fell foul to that in the Taka Nakagami video a couple of days ago within the Aragon GP. Pedro Acosta came onto the track like an absolute buffoon and took me out, and it really ruined our entire Grand Prix. It was a great race, it really was. Constant battles for every single lap, but Pedro did make a little bit of a silly error and cost us a solid position. Now we are on lap 10, still plenty of time to go in this one, so do not count out the efforts from the Husqvarna in second. Keep an eye on that gap. It's oscillating, it's going up, it's going down, it's staying the same. It's very unique at this stage of the Grand Prix. But what I can tell you is we are going to improve the lap time, and if the AI is still catching us with this improving, then we're going to be in for a tough fight. And I'm all ready for it. I am prepared. I'm steeling myself for the battle, which is probably inevitable, because that gap keeps on coming down. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe as well before we really see that battle unfold. I hope you're enjoying the video, I certainly do. If you are, subscribe and also like the video as well. Helps out the channel, helps us grow. But if not, then I imagine you've already gone. So shout out to those still here. Turn 3 beckons, or Turn 2B as it is in real life. Turn 3 is now approaching, or Turn 4 in the computer game. I like dropping down to first gear here. You have to be careful. Drop down to first gear there at your peril. You must be very gentle in acceleration, powering out of that right-hander. Use a lot of power here and brake roughly where that 200-meter marker is if you want in MotoGP, but for the smaller classes, it's best to go a little bit later than that. Late as you possibly dare is about 150 meters, but if you just want to be calm, right near the curves, you'll be alright. Don't know why this has turned into a guide, but I guess there's nothing else to really talk about at this moment in time. There's hardly any penalties popping up, and we're just riding at our best to confirm our position as Moto3 World Championship leader. The man in second is the closest competitor, and he has the most to win and lose here in today's video. If he gets through and beats us, that's a 5-point swing. It's actually a 10-point swing. If we win, 5 points additional to us, and if he wins, 5 points to him. So there's a 10-point swing either way, depending on who is the victor. That's another solid lap time. These lap times are materialising now. Ignore the 145, that's where we did the long lap penalty as Adrian Fernandez has just gone down. That is some consistent pace. The gap is still a second. Oh, Scott Ogden's found himself out of the Grand Prix as well. Not sure what's happened to the MLAV Honda. Stefano Neppa track limit warning as well. He must be on a few. I think I've seen his name pop up a few times. Joel Kelso and Fernandez are under investigation, so someone's had a helping hand. Could very well have been Fernandez respawning on the track and then bumping Kelso. What's the verdict? Oh, it was Fernandez who's given the warning, but nothing more than just a slap on the wrist. So into the right-hand side. This is the Schlossgold corner. Run it a little bit wide, kiss the apex, and back out. 0.6 of a second we're losing on this lap. That's a big difference compared to what we were fighting for Osato. Without him, I don't think we can get into the 140s again. We might be able to get into them, but not to the same level of doing a 140.3. I mean, we're almost looking at 139 there, just 3.5 of a second away. But this is requiring some effort. I'm absolutely sending it here. My right index finger is getting rather tired with all these long holding of the R2 button. A lot of power here, a lot of time on it as well. Good braking into the Red Bull Mobile corner, I'll take that. That'll put me again in the 141 lows across the line. Where's it going to put me? It's a lap time just 0.02 of a second slower. That is consistency. Keep doing that and I don't think Suzuki's going to catch us. I sincerely hope not, nonetheless. Onto the power. Where are we now? 0.8 of a second is the difference. I don't think there's been much changed in this Grand Prix. If you see the the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's a significant gap from each rider to each rider, except me and Suzuki. He is really closing in now. He is absolutely rapid. 0.6 of a second. I think we're going to lose more time here on the straight. We are 0.5 of a second. Is it down to 4? It could be down to 4 here as we go underneath the DHL sign. It is less than 0.4. Surely not now. I've had like 5 laps in a row of me racing at the highest level to try and keep him at bay, and now I think he's going to catch me. He absolutely is sending it, isn't he? He's 0.3 of a second behind. He's on a charge. 0.2 of a second it is now. No way. I've done everything I could in this one to try and stop him. Where is this late race pace coming from? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The unbelievable. Look at him come. Oh my God, he's going to go for the lunge. Oh. Getting that rear tyre kicking out as well. Suzuki took out 0.8 of a second away from me in that lap. Right, we cannot afford to spend time sizing him up and choosing where to lunge. I need to go at the first available opportunity. Fight back immediately. Onto the brakes, turn 1. No! Cleverly done that. Really cleverly done from Suzuki, but you're not as good as I am. He's still there. Onto the brakes it's going to have to be. Whoa, he swung into the screen quickly there. But we go into the right-hand side for turn 2. Husqvarna leads. Fight back immediately, yes! That is exactly what you're supposed to do when facing the 120% AI. Does he go for the lunge here into Ramus? No, he's got me. I can't turn in. Tight to the apex though, first gear. Strong on the power. Oh, it's really kicking off, this is, yes. I was looking for this. He's so fast on the straights. Right, I can be quick here in sector 3. I don't need to panic. Brake nice and early here and go for that nice sweeping line. Oh, he's up the front. He's out. He's done. He's finished. That's a second rider in a row to contend with us and to then bin it into the Schlossgold. They can't keep doing this. Unbelievable. Well, that was a lap and a half excitement that would match a whole year. Goodness me. Now I think we've got it. Wow. Rest back in your chair, ladies and gentlemen, and accept that we are going to take another 25 points in our campaign we call the Moto3 Championship. Unbelievable. Wow. I can't believe he crashed. He looked quicker than Furusato for a second there. And the fact that my attempts of retaking the lead were immediately thwarted was impressive stuff. The AI is on another level this year. Brilliant, that. It's so good how you can send it and give it back as well as they give it to you, and the race just continues. Track limit warnings for Suzuki as well, so that's quite an abundance of riders with track limit warnings on the left-hand side of your screen. Don't forget, I've already done my long lap penalty. And now Furusato, the man who was leading, the man who crashed and went down to third, is now in second place. I've actually just noticed, wow, oh my God, I've only just noticed, but we are 50 seconds clear from David Alonso. What on earth has happened there? I know he crashed, but my God, that's a huge, huge difference. 50 seconds he's behind. He must be dead last. Unbelievable. What a race, what a ride. And we still kept our consistent pace of the low 141s. Really, really proud of this ride. Recorded the Silverstone one earlier on, and I'll be honest, you might have watched this one already. I hope you have, because I'm going to spoil it. I was a bit disappointed. I was clumsy. I wasn't calculated. I made too many errors, and I just didn't particularly feel proud of that video. But today, I'm hoping to stand on the top step of the podium again and celebrate with the aces. Here we go then. To start the penultimate lap, we're setting a lap time again with sweet, consistent pace. Beautiful. I'm really pleased with this one. The Austrian fans will be pleased. Nice and tight to the apex with a Niki Lauda curve. Joel Kelso got a track limit warning again. Where is he on circuit? Of course, nowhere to be seen right now. Good to see the MT-MSI duo up into the top 7. The pair of them, 6th and 7th respectively, is a very good solid position for the pair of them. Don't forget, they've been nowhere this season. Only in the Sachsenring did Rueda have a good battle for the podium with me. And of course did Ortola have a good battle in the Sachsenring in yesterday's video. Since the MotoGP 24 update, they seem to be a little bit quicker than what they have been. And of course, goes saying the same with the 2 Japanese riders, 2nd and 3rd. I think it is definitely going to be me against those 2 all the way down to Valencia. We will take a 9-point additional advantage today, which puts us closer and closer to that 3rd GP victory length of points ahead of the competition. And that is paramount to secure a Moto3 World Championship. What a season this has been. I'm absolutely loving MotoGP 24. One of my favourite motorcycle games in history. It just, in this small amount of time, with the penalties, with the career mode, it's brilliant. With the AI being much better as well, it's just so much better experience than what we've been used to. Major thumbs up, and this is exactly why I really recommended MotoGP 24 in my review. Lost a bit of time there on that lap. My consistency has gone, only by the way of 2/10, but this is it. This is your final lap of today's video. I certainly hope you have enjoyed this one, and as I say, if you have, like the video and subscribe. It does really help grow the channel, and it even helps me grow as a person and a commentator as well, so I'd really appreciate all the assistance that you can give. Now, don't forget, I will be commentating live in a couple of weeks' time, in fact next week, for my very first experience of being live on a racetrack. I'll be doing the track commentary for EMRA in Mallory Park. I'll do some more announcements to it closer towards the day, but yeah, just a brief synopsis for you what I'll be doing next Sunday. Onto the brakes. This is the final time of going into the Schlossgold, a corner that I should be thanking at the end of this video. I should be giving major praise to that point, because without them, I may have not won this race. Tayo says a bad thing about the Schlossgold, and I'm sure Suzuki does as well. I hope I showed you the replay as well. I hope you've seen that, so you could give your opinions on the 2 replays shown here today. If not, there it is again. That is the crash from Tatsuki Suzuki. Very clumsy mistake going in to the right-hander. But now this is it. One more corner after Rindt to celebrate another victory in the Moto3 Championship. The BOE Motorsports KTM again in Dreamland here in Austria, as the celebrations are bound to get loud. Brilliant. Absolutely made up with that one. Another 25 points, 2 tough battles. We're on top of the pile. So a quick look at the results. Batelli up there to 11th place is a good result, but everyone else, not really that helpful for them, is it? No one's really closed in on the championship, which we're going to take a look at any second now. And as you can see, yeah, the gap, 59 points to Suzuki, 87 to Furasato, 125 to Olgado. It is down to the 3 of us at the top of this pile. But guys, thanks for watching the video. I certainly hope you enjoyed. If you did, Don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.